Hey everyone, my name is Mrs. Tanner and I'm a first grade teacher and I'm making this video to help out my parents. We're all on this virtual journey together. We're learning, y'all are learning, but I found it very helpful to find videos to help me to figure out the teacher side of Google Classroom, and so I thought this would be a great video for our parents, how to figure out your child's Google Classroom. So I'm going to try to help you out with that today, and I'm going to show you two different ways to log into your child's Google Classroom. Now you will need a few things. You're going to need your student's email address, and they all have one, and their password. If you don't have it, email their teachers, they can get it to you. And you'll also need the Google Classroom ID code. You can also get that from your teachers. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the two ways to get into your child's classroom. Now, the first way I'm going to show you is simply to go into our Clever platform, go to the district page, and just scroll down until you see Google Classroom. You should be able to get into your child's Google Classroom from here. If you're not logged into Clever, another way you can do it is just to open up a new tab in Google. And if you're signed in, if it's your computer, you can sign yourself out and sign your child in, but you can go to account. And I'm going to sign in to my personal home account just to show you what it looks like. So you would choose your child's account, and then you would put your child's password in. All right, and so here we are, and you'll want to go to the waffle. A lot of people don't know that this is called a waffle, but it is. So if your teacher says go to the waffle, go to the waffle. And you can scroll down until you see right here, Google Classroom. Now, I have not signed in to this particular Google Classroom yet. I sent myself an invite. So if your teacher sends you an invite, this is what it will look like. If you just have your ID code, it might look a little different. So right here, I'm going to click Join a Class. And this is where you're going to need that class code. And there's my class code, and I'm going to join, and then I should be able to see everything that my teacher has posted. Now this is actually my page, but you are seeing it from the student perspective because I added myself as a student. So this is exactly what it will look like when you log in to your child's classroom. Now this is called the stream. This is just kind of a snapshot of what's coming up. If there's any announcements, this was my meeting that we had this morning. This was the link that my parents could click on. And if I scroll down, you're going to see past announcements. Just when I posted new assignments, here was a link from last Monday that we used for Google Meet. This is just, like I said, it's just like a thread, just like a conversation. I can post things for you guys to read here. But this is where you'll want to go. You're going to want to go to classwork. Now, you'll see I have science, math, reading, and writing assignments for my kids. Here is all of your science activities, and here are your due dates. This one is due tomorrow. This one is due today. These were earlier this week and last week, and then I can scroll down. Now, these are all of my math assignments. And then all of my reading assignments. Now, as a teacher, I went ahead and posted all my assignments for the entire week so that as a parent, you can work ahead if you want to. I know some parents are doing like a 4-day school week with their kids. That's perfectly fine. Work Monday through Thursday, take Friday off, and do something fun, especially if you can get outside with this beautiful weather. But let me click on one of these, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like. When you click on it, you'll have to actually click on a lesson that you want to look at. Let's see. And this is where you can view the assignment. and I gave them instructions: complete your extra math first, then watch your video, which I link the video right here so they actually don't have to get off of this at all. They can actually click on this link and it takes them right to the video I want them to watch. You'll be practicing adding two-digit numbers, then log into Zearn and complete 20 to 30 minutes on your lessons. Now, once they do that, they can mark this as done, and then I, as a teacher, will get an email saying that they have completed the assignment. So to go back to the other page, you can hit Miss Tanner's class again, go back to classwork, and let's choose another one maybe with some more things in it. Okay, so this one has a video lesson, and then it also has a Google form that you might want to do, that your teacher might want you to do. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on that so you can see what it looks like. And it says, I'm signed in. I need to request access. Now, if this happens, simply click that request access button, and then your teacher will allow that access to you. Just give them a few minutes, give them, you know, a little while to get that access to you. You probably won't have to do that every time, but since I'm logged into my home account, it's asking me to ask for access. Okay, so I got access from my teacher to look at the form, so you'll just have to go back, click on it again, and it should open up. There it is. For us, this is Module 6, Lesson 13. I ask for your name because there's no way for me to tell who is taking what quiz unless they put their name there. So make sure you guys fill that in. We're not asking that out of redundancy. We actually need that so that when we see all the responses, we know whose response belonged to who. And so this is my quiz that they're taking. They would answer the question, and then they've got several, and then they can read the whole question, and then they can come down here. Let's see. I'm sorry, they can go at the top and hit send, and then that will send it to me. They may have to put my name in there. And then you can hit send, and now it is sent to your teacher, and they can look at your responses for this. All right. I'm going back to the stream page, back to the ClassWorks page. All right. So you see, oh, I'm going back to, right here under the math, this is grayed out because I have already submitted it to my teacher. So you know it's done, you know your child has submitted it if they have this part of their assignment grayed out. All right, now let's look at one of the writing ones. I wanted to show you this because it is a little bit different. Let me view assignment. And right here it says, today learn to draw a bunny, then write or type me a story about a bunny. Now, I also included a rubric for my students and how much each part of it is worth so that they have a better understanding of what I'm looking for. Now, not everything has a rubric. Not all teachers have done rubrics, but if they have, this is a guide for you parents to help them understand that they're going to have an opening and ending. The most important part of their writing is going to be the content, the meat of the story, the details of the story. This is to help you guide your student in their writing at home. And then I'll show you one more. I'll show you a reading one, and then that will be the end of our video. So here, I told them to log into Ed. We call the reading series Into Reading that we're using. The sign-on is actually a picture of ED with a smiley face in it, so we call it Ed. Log into Ed through Clever, and I put the Clever link right here for my students, so they actually don't have to open up a new tab to go to Clever. It is right there for them. They would log into Clever like they normally do, and then log into Ed, and then finish the rest of their assignment. I hope, oh, here again, mark as done. I'll mark that as done just so you guys can see it. I hope this has helped you out, taken some of the stress and the worry from you guys as you guys are trying to navigate this Google Classroom just as much as we're trying to navigate this Google Classroom. Now, I've told my parents that I'm not really worried about the due dates. You have to kind of put a due date on there on the teacher end of it. But check with your teacher and see if they're going to be a stickler for those due dates. See what your specific teacher wants. But hopefully this video helped you guys, and you guys are going to rock it. I know you are. Keep the faith and keep working.